recently moved, and obviously that's always, puts things into a different perspective. Moved in with my partner actually, and that in itself, moved to a different area and had my son, getting him assimilated to the new area and sort of, even getting back into those classic routines, So it's an interesting example, right? So I was wondering why we were just feeling a little bit off in the morning, like didn't feel like we had it together in the morning, right? Getting, ready for school, lunches, pickups, drop offs, all that stuff. It just felt like it was still.
You're out of the groove.
Just out of the groove, man. It just wasn't in sync. The flow wasn't there, right? And this is just between my son and I, really. And I just jerried on the way, like I was dropping him to school a couple of days ago, and I said, we haven't set like a time to wake up, and then what time, you've got to get on your catch your train to school, right? Or what time you got to get on the train by, and then what time that's going to get you. So we haven't actually sat there and mapped all that stuff out. So we got to map it out, because we were living in our old place for so long. It was second nature, and it's just easy to kind of walk to school. But yeah, man. So just stuff like that, like it's interesting when you go through those things. It's like, sometimes it's never one whole big thing. Like there are big things, right? Like moving in with my partner, that's a huge, big level of adjustment for us both and for us all, right? That's a big thing. You can, it sticks out like a sore thumb. You can hit it like a big red button. But then you've got, sometimes all these little things you just don't think about, and then you got to dissect them all and put them back together again, like this little school routine, this morning routine. Right? And I just lost that morning routine just with all the moving and traveling and all that sort of jazz over the last couple of months. But I love my morning routine, man. It's one of my keys to my personal success and my personal kind of well-being.
Are you looking forward to keeping the same routine, or do you think you're going to use this opportunity to maybe improve upon it, or perhaps maybe eliminate?
Yeah, listen, my morning routine, I'm going to stabilize it initially. So I'll just do the basics, just making sure that, the kid wakes up, he's fed, he has his lunch, and he gets to school on time. I'll keep it at that. And,
it's fundamentals.
Just fundamentals, right? And so I'm trying to, ensuring that I get my meditation time before I wake him up, right? So just making sure that those things are in place. And then start to layer it in. Say, okay, if I wanted to go for a run before, the meditation and waking him up, what would that look like? So starting then and just layering in the other sort of.
Seems quite exciting, mate. New place, new sort of family relationships, new dynamics. I think it's good to have a bit of a refresh, yeah?
Yeah, it is good. I mean, it definitely makes you think differently. I mean, moving's always tough. Moving brings out the best and the worst. I'm very comfortable in saying that. Probably more of the worst, but anyway. But moving's one of those things that, it gives you the opportunity, whether you like it or not, to change everything. And so
good point.
So there's been a lot of change, and I guess some's gone better than others. I've not that I've got to get used to it, but there's a whole process of learning to live with someone, again, which I haven't done for over 10 years. So that in itself is like, okay, well, actually everything I do or would normally do at home that was, never really something that I thought about. I've got to think about now.
Right? You definitely need to be a bit more conscious now, eh?
You've got to be more considerate and be aware that, there's someone else who is living in the house who has needs as well. And,
you can't walk around in your underpants all day long, mate.
Oh, I still do that. It's more the neighbours that I think we've got an issue with that than anyone else in the house.
Yeah. Hey, maybe, but it seems positive. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, by and large, I think, making these changes in life are positive, right? I guess it's one of the beauties of living where we live and having the lifestyles that we do. We make these changes and, of course, it doesn't happen like this for everyone, but by and large, they are positive experiences. And that's, Jeff, I'll be honest, I was talking to a friend of mine this morning and, regardless of how, this move goes, how it goes with you know, the relationship side of things, and, you know, like, you know, understand the fickleness and the volatility of it all. It's an opportunity to learn and grow. You know what I mean? And so that's, you know, and that sort of slapped me in the face again, like last week. So, you know, so I was sort of not getting down on myself, but, you know, some stuff was just really challenging. I was having a bit of a tough time. And yeah, again, so I was just sort of, you know, chatting through it with another friend of mine. He's like, well, you know, it's here because it's your, you know, you're having these challenges and going through these changes because it's that opportunity to learn and grow. You know, and that's pretty cool. When I realized that again, because I'm big in sort of, you know, for myself at least, you know, constantly trying to, you know, to learn and grow and think about things differently, and, you know, and sort of use these experiences and these changes in life as those opportunities to, you know, to understand, you know, things are coming up for me, why they're coming up, where does it come from,